Rachel, so today you've been riding the rickshaw or powering the rickshaw along with electricity for our guided walk. How was it for you? How did you enjoy that?
It was absolutely brilliant. So I did some trial runs first with another person, where there was just two of us, and we would, trying to actually understand, how it worked, because there's lots of buttons and levers and such like, and we kind of kept getting stuck, and I was like, oh no, what have I let myself into? And we couldn't kind of get the motor, if you like, to sort of kick in. So it was quite challenging. And then when you're kind of doing it actually with an empty seats, it's quite different again. It's quite rattly. You felt a little bit more unstable. But actually today, doing it as the first sort of tour was amazing, with two passengers in it. And it was just a nice slow pace, because we're talking and we're doing a tour, so you're not like pounding to get from A to B. It's just a really nice slow thing. So on all of it, I never came out of setting number 1 on the power setting, and I didn't come out of even gear number 2 or 3, because we were kind of going that slow. We were managing to kind of power up over the Nuns Bridges, with no problem at all, actually, with a bit of ease, with a little bit of a run up. So I was worried about being exhausted. I'm not at all exhausted, and it was just a really pleasant, enjoyable experience. And it was just so lovely to sort of sit and chat and stop when there was something exciting to look at or something interesting to look at. Really, really good experience.
Oh, fantastic! And it seemed that the two people on the front looked like they were really enjoying it and appreciated it.
Yeah, they really did. I think they felt a bit like really sort of special, like all eyes were on them, So I think it took them a little bit of getting adjusted to the fact that people will kind of be looking at them like, you're being ridden around, Thetford along the river. But I think they kind of, they sort of settled into it, and I think they really enjoyed it. And even they had an option of kind of getting off at Button Island and just walking around to the kiosk. But they said, no, actually, could you ride us around, which I did, and then we kind of rode other people around the car park that hadn't had a chance. So I think it's been a really enjoyable experience all round, and you could really see how it could really benefit Thetford. Actually, really could. And I think volunteers would really enjoy it. It's that whole community. You're meeting new people. Yeah, it's just lovely.
So today we were doing a specific event tour. We'd booked people and so on, but the rickshaw could be used for more wider uses in Thetford, couldn't it? With some volunteers like yourself and other people.
Absolutely, and certainly when I was test driving it with Kate, when we were test riding it, we went all the way up to almost to the Abbey Farm Estate on it along the river. And actually so many people said, can we have a go? So it kind of just showed like this sort of potential that, people could sort of have a little jump on it and go a little way and then jump off again. It just feels like it's kind of got this, potential, and people are interested in it. They would want to have a go. And they're interested in it, and the kids really liked seeing it as well. They're really fascinated by it. They're like, where's that from? What are you doing? So it's great. It's a great talking point.
Yes, and it's kind of, I suppose there's 2 or 3 different ways you could use it. One is just simply for fun.
Yeah.
Second, like what we were doing today, the 2 people who were on it, they were on it because a walk like that, they might be able to manage it, but they'd find it really tiring. So in their case, it helped them take part. Or you might have people who simply just could not do the walk. It's out of the question.
Absolutely.
And then perhaps, so that's on an event, but then in the town, again, people could be just transported somewhere, enjoy it.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think there was sort of talk about it being used to sort of transport people from the railway station, into the town centre and stuff. So, I think there's real potential for it being used in a range of ways. Somebody else today said that their elderly mother in residential care in Bury St Edmunds had a really lovely tour, on it, and just really enjoyed that experience of, not having ability to kind of walk, and actually that opportunity to get out of the residential setting and back into town with company, with somebody riding who you can converse with, because it's easy to sort of talk, you can hear each other talking, which is really nice. And equally, I've got my own chronic fatigue disability. So I was sort of anxious about whether I'd be able to do it because I can't ride a bike without that electrical assistance. So I was a bit worried about how it would be, but I could do it with a disability as well. So it felt, it feels really good. It felt quite liberating for me as well.
Because you've got a bit of electric assistance there, haven't you? You were explaining earlier. Yeah.
And then you've also got, which a normal electric bike doesn't have, so I've got my electric bike as well. But this one's also got an extra booster button. So when it comes to a ramp, you put your thumb on the booster button, and it gives you a big boost up the hill, which is just brilliant. Really easy.
And the sort of area we're covering, the battery would last long enough to do some trips and so on.
It'd be really interesting to know how long those batteries would last. I don't know.
And it's not, when you finished, it hadn't gone down too much at all, so you could have used more boost had you needed it.
Exactly,
if it's a little bit rougher,
I didn't
or
feel that I had to be careful about the battery usage.
No, that's
today.
good.
And what time? I mean, we went out
about 2 hours.
About 2 hours. Back at 3.
Yeah.
So we covered quite a bit of a distance.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And so ongoing, if it was possible to do more in the town, whether it be for tourism or for disability, mobility, and so on, somebody who wanted to volunteer to do that. I mean, you've just explained how you've got chronic fatigue, and I know you have good days and bad days, don't you?
Absolutely.
Or somebody who's perhaps less strong or whatever, they could still do it.
Still do it. See whether that is something that would work for you, and kind of give you that, perhaps that sort of former identity, So, my former identity is somebody that was quite fit, and I would cycle, quite a lot and do sort of cycle tours. And so to actually have a bit of that back, is really nice, and share it with other people and see the joy, that they gain from it. And also, I kind of got pleasure and joy from it too. So, so I would say it's worth giving it a go. You don't know until you've given it a go. So it's just worth giving it a try out.
So it's definitely worth us going back and talking to the people about how we can help and maybe recruit some more volunteers. And this what we've done today is such a good way of showing it off. And you said people talk to us, and we can then say stuff about it after we've got photos and videos and so on.
Totally, And I think this is it. I think the public are interested in it, and it's certainly shown it today. People have asked us questions about it. Who does it belong to? Can I have a go? All of those things. So I think, once you kind of got a bit more of an organisation behind it, a bit of branding, people know who to contact, I think it would become, quite sort of self-perpetuating, self-sustainable.
Great. So we've not only have we had a lovely guided walk and tour and ride, we've actually turned ourselves into a little bit of a pilot for using the rickshaw for something like that. So
absolutely.
Great. Thank you very much.
No,
Thank you.
Thank you.